A new movie that I got out, you heard, called Body Parts, the story of Turquoise, serial killer in the projects, a true crime story. You heard, it's an hour and a half long and it's exclusively on Patreon. So I need y'all true Gen Pop supporters to come over to the link that's in the description of this video and come watch that movie because it's exclusive, bruh.
Just because dude, Father Divine, didn't want dude to search him, dude wasn't letting in the party. Divine shot him right there at the door.
You said it was a house party in Tilden?
No, it was in Riverdale.
Oh,
Riverdale Towers, my project.
Oh, that's where you from? Okay.
Yeah, I'm from Riverdale Projects in Brownsville. Yeah, so how I initially first met the Father Divine, I ain't know who he was. His son could have killed me, you know what I'm saying? Father Divine used to be in Marcus Garvey, and he used to mess with this girl in there. I forgot her name, but she had like some pretty brown eyes. And she used to hang with another girl named Mary that used to come to Riverdale to see my right-hand man, which is Solo. So by seeing her come through there with Mary all the time, you know, and hanging my projects, Riverdale, I used to try to holler at her. And she had gave me her number one day. So she had gave me her number one day. And I was at my cousin's house, Millie Moe. Everybody know my cousin Millie Moe from Van Dyke side on Sutter. So I was at his crib and I had called her phone, which was she was in Marcus Garvey. So Father Divine got on the phone, you know what I mean? So he like, yo, who this? So I'm telling him who I was. So he talking so loud, like he's screaming, like, yo, where you know her from? I didn't even know he was fucking with her. You know what I'm saying? I never had heard of Father Divine. You know what I'm saying? So my cousin like, yo, who the fuck is that on the phone talking like that? So then my cousin got on the phone and like, yo, who this? You know, so Father Divine must have said, yo, my name's Father Divine, I don't know. So my cousin like, yo, this Father Divine? So he was like, yeah, my cousin was like, yo, this is Mo, man, you know what I'm saying? So Father Divine knew who he was. He was like, yo, this is my cousin, this is my little cousin. At that time, I'm like 16 years old, like 17 years old. I'm popping shit, you know, just on some phone gangster shit. I'm young, you know what I mean? I'm like, yo, who the fuck is this nigga? I called to speak to her. You know what I mean? So him and my cousin told him, like, yo, who I was, yo, this is my little cousin, So he put me back on the phone with Father Divine. I'm like on the phone with Father Divine, and Father Divine was asking me, so now, you know, he done calmed down, whatever. He asking me who I am and where I know her from. So I'm telling him, like, yo, I know her from Riverdale. She be coming through with Mary to come to see my man. You know what I'm saying? And she gave me her number. So he was like, oh, all right, boom. Conversation over. One day I'm in my projects now. I'm in Riverdale. God bless the dead. My man Shamik and Father Divine was tight. I don't know if they must have bedded together or whatever. My man Shamik, man, word. So Father Divine started coming through Riverdale to see Shamik. So one day, Father Divine came through, Shamik wasn't there. It was me and my man Shiz sitting outside on these little stone shits in Riverdale. They got these little concrete shits. We call them like little stones you sit on. So Father Divine had came through. Me still, I never seen them before. So Father Divine come through, he say, what's up to Shiz? Because Shiz and my man Shamik, like all three of us, we like family, you know what I'm saying? So, boom. He talking to Shiz, and I'm realizing, oh, that's Father Divine, like that. You know what I'm saying? So, me being that I had words of him, you know, I'm young back then, so I was like, oh, that's Father Divine. But I never told Father Divine who I was, and I was the dude on the phone with him, and my cousin was Millie Moe, and we straightened the situation out about Shorty from Marcus Garvey. So I never say that. So, you know, a couple of times, Father Divine came through when my man Shamik was around. So now Father Divine coming through, he's saying, what's up to my man Shamik? Yo, what up? They kicking it now. So now it's confirmed, yeah, okay, that's Father Divine, So he used to always wear this Sterling coat. It was like a green Sherlin coat, a long coat. And every time he came through my projects, he had both hands in his pockets. And he walked fast, you know what I'm saying? Slim, tall, slim, and he walked fast and shit. So he always walked fast, and I never forget, he always chewed gum. He always was chewing gum real fast and shit. Like, so, one day, this is the first shooting I seen with him. I seen him clap a nigga right in front of me. We was at Southside. Southside is over by Junior Street train station in Brownsville. They had a house party. And we all went upstairs to the door, when Duke search us or whatever, you know what I mean? He wasn't no security or not, like a bouncer or nothing. Like, he was just somebody that was holding the crib down, whoever party it was. Me, Shamik, Shiz, and a couple of other people in my crew from my projects, we got in. Next thing you know, Father Divine comes to the door. Father Divine comes to the door on his same shit. Sherlin coat on, 2 hands in his pocket, on 2 nines. The dude wanted to search Father Divine. Father Divine wasn't trying to hit. Next thing you know, we got a shot go off. Just cause Father Divine didn't want dude to search him, dude wasn't letting in the party. Divine shot him right there at the door. That was the first shooting that I was there when he popped something. Now this the second one. This the second time. Probably like a couple of months went by. Like that summer, like 90, I want to say 90, 91, when my interaction with Father Divine, son was shooting clapping every fucking thing. If you even looked at him wrong, you had one time to look at him and like screw him, face fight him, and be with that what shit, son was popping you right there after the first what, and you looked up because he kept his hands on his guns at all times. So the second shooting at the party that we threw in Riverdale, so you know, the DJ said, you know, we had turntables. It ain't like this shit now, where, you know, you have a little, like the Bluetooth shit, you could play music. We had the DJ system in the back room, but it was a 1-bedroom apartment. So with my man, I'll never forget, my man was playing the music.
I was in Green with Son. Son is a good dude. You said he was the one DJing that day?
We grew up with Iz. After his brother dropped that record, this in Riverdale, I used to chill in the projects called Riverdale, where the fellas walk around with the fake gazelles. They moved from the east right into Riverdale. So that was our crew. Me, my man Solo, Shiz, Iz. He had 2 brothers, Biz. Biz was the one that made the album, and Ease. Ease was the other one that died. They poked him up in front of the pizza shop. His real name Vaughn, but we called him Iz because we all had different names with Iz in it. My man was Shiz, my name was Peter Pan. They used to call me Peter. I changed my shit to Piz. Vaughn changed his shit to Iz. So we all Piz, Iz, Shiz. You know what I mean? So boom, we upstairs. We had to set up the turntables in the bedroom and shit. So now we got the speaker wire running out to the living room. We probably got like 2 speakers stacked on top of each other in the living room, music banging. The party was only popping for like an hour. So, boom, I remember we had like a shotty and a couple of other guns in the room back there with Iz. Iz is holding the guns down. Because, you know, we had to get into it when you tell the niggas back and forth. And then, you know, the shit started coming to gunplay. You know what I'm saying? So, we know 9 times out of 10 they was gonna come through, try to get in the party or whatever, which they did. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas came, you know what I mean? Niggas let them niggas in, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Boom. We did our best to search everybody, but a couple of them till the niggas came in, they had their guns with them. I'm gonna tell you how we know. So boom. We in the party, you know what I'm saying? You know, we got the lights out, shit jumping, it's an hour in. I'm walking from the back of the room where Iz was at, so I go to walk out to the living room. I'm walking out to the living room and, you know, I'm just moving through the crowd. Shit deep, them children niggas was in there deep. You know what I'm saying? So I'm moving through the crowd, you know, and I happen to bump into Oh boy, I think his name was, I think his name was Miz from Tilden. I had bumped into him. You know, it was on some accident shit, you know what I'm saying? I bumped into him or either stepped on his foot. But anyway, the music loud, you know what I mean? I'm like, nah, it ain't even like that woman. He's steady beefing, music loud. We don't see nothing but each other mouth movements, you know what I mean? So somebody from my crew and shit came over there and was like, nah, y'all niggas chill, All right, shit over with. I goes to stand by the window.
So you said you was trying to say, yo, my fault, but he couldn't hear you?
Right, he couldn't like hear me. You know how you in the club and some shit pop off on some bumping shit, the music mad loud. You might not even mean to, you might be saying pardon me, but the nigga see your mouth moving, the music loud, he can't hear you, you can't hear him. Next thing you know, somebody gonna get punched in the face and the shit is going down from there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it was something like that, you know what I'm saying? So my man and them came over there, was like, nah, son, chill, telling him to chill, you know what I mean? Okay, cool. So by that time, I had to walk through everybody and made it over by the window. So I'm on the window and shit, I'm chilling and shit, dancing and shit, you know what I'm saying? So from the living room, I could see the door to the door to the crib when you come where everybody's coming in. Who I see at the door? Father Divine. Right? Now, my man Shamik is there too. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Father Divine used to come to Riverdale to see my man Shamik. I go in the back room where Iz was at, Shamik and them was back there. I tell Shamik, yo, son, the man here, like that. He was like, who? I was like, yo, Father. He was like, yo, I was like, Father Divine here. He at the door. He was like, oh, word, I'm gonna go to the door and shit. You know what I mean? So my man Shamik goes to the door. I'm watching it. Shamik talking to Father Divine. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to convince Father Divine, let him hold the guns, because all of us know how he is. You look at him wrong, a wrong bump or anything, son is gonna pop you on impulse. Son gonna pop you on impulse. So Shamik tells us, yo, nah, he good. Boom. Then he comes in the party. I ain't gonna say her name. She from Brownsville. Me and her cool friends still on Facebook. She a cool chick. She turned her life around. But she was with Father Divine. You know what I'm saying? So they come in the party. I make my way back over to the window where I was at, standing there dancing. Only thing I seen that quick when Father Divine came in the party, son, it was like not even 30 seconds. I'm standing back by the window. Father Divine coming to make his way through his, the living room. And all I see him and the dude that I first was talking to, I was trying to apologize to, I seen him and Father Divine face to face. So they face to face, dude said something to the extent of what? Father Divine just pulled out and hit him right there. I hit him in the stomach right there. Wow! He clapped the nigga in the stomach and shit. So Father Divine, he got his arm going up and down the wall. What he was doing was trying to turn the light switch. So he's yelling in the party, turn the fucking lights on, turn the fucking lights on. So then somebody, I don't know who it was, the lights wound up coming on. You know what I'm saying? So we all trapped in the party. Remember, he's standing in the doorway. He got the whole party back down. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Everybody in the party, the shit just got quiet. You know what I mean? Father Divine backs up to the door. Shorty that's with him, she comes to the door too. They go out. The dude that he shot in the party, he runs out the door. So I don't know which way Father Divine went, but when you got downstairs, the Riverdale, because everybody, after Father Divine made his way out the door, everybody start rushing to the door trying to get out the party. So we all runs out shit and we all going downstairs. You just heard crazy shots going off. Blah, 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 blah. That's how I know some of them niggas from Tilden, they had got in with their guns. Because they was all up in the party with us. So I know one or two of them niggas there, because when we got downstairs, we all running out the party to get downstairs to the lobby. When we get to the lobby, we just hear crazy shots going on. Blah, 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 blah. Now, so, boom. Father Divine and homegirl got up out of there. Dude, from what I understand, dude that he hit, I want to say his name was Miz. or Riz or something. It just happened to coincidence. He had one of them his names like we had. So he made it out the party and made it out of Riverdale, like under the train tracks. Because you know when you come out of Riverdale, and the train tracks is elevated outside, you know, and they elevate it in the air. He made it somewhere over there and collapsed. So when he collapsed over there, you know what I'm saying? Now this is like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning now. So now me and my mans and all them, we bugging out, yo, this nigga Father Divine, this nigga this, yo, everywhere he go. So we broke day. So we wound up staying outside the whole day. None of us went to sleep. So now we in Riverdale, this is early in the morning. So this nigga from Tilden, next thing you know, we see like 20 niggas coming through, and they coming to my building, which I stayed in 420. They coming to 420, and they came up, me, my man's Solo, and by that time Shamik had done went home. You know what I mean? So me, Shiz, Solo, Iz probably was there too. You know, we in the lobby and shit. We see like 20 niggas coming towards the building. So like, yo, who the fuck is these niggas? It was them Tilden niggas. So them niggas come through. And like, yo, fuck that. One of them, I never really knew his name, but I know him around Brownsville and, you know, walking through the hoods and shit like that. I always see him. But he came through like 20 deep and shit, like, yo, fuck that. Telling y'all niggas, yo, I want to know who shot my man, you know what I'm saying? So my man Solo like, what, Paul? Fuck is you talking about? Your man know who shot him. You know what I'm saying? So we standing there, you know what I mean? We like, yo, we ain't had nothing to do with that shit. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, yo, I'm telling niggas, yo, it's gonna be problems. Woo. Right? So boom, words was exchanged. They turn around, they leaving now. They left, walking up out of Riverdale, and they walk back to Tilden. You know what I'm saying? A couple of hours later, man. So like a couple of hours later, my man Soto done left. He done went upstairs. Me and Shiz still outside. Sitting outside on the little stones at Riverdale. Guess who comes through the fucking gate on the other side, on the Riverdale side, Riverdale Avenue, by the like, cause it's Salvation Army and PS41 side. Nigga come through, hands in his pockets on both guns. He walks up to us, say what's up with us, yo, what up? We like, yo, what up? You know what I'm saying? It's like, so we telling them like, yo, niggas came through here, talking about, yo, who shot my man and woo. He said, what? He was like, yeah, now by that time, I'm familiar with him. I'm able to have conversations with him because he been coming to our parties and shit, and he know my man Shamik, and we under Shamik. Shamik is older than us. I'm like 16, 17, maybe 15, you know what I mean? But I always hold up. Shamik was Father Divine in them age. Father Divine was I could say Father Divine was like in his 20s, you know what I'm saying? I'm just getting off the porch. I ain't never seen a nigga get clapped before until he's the first nigga I seen clap a nigga. So now he came through the projects or whatever. We telling him, yo, son, niggas came through. So Father Divine like, what? Yo, me and Shiz sat back down on the stone in Riverdale and watched Father Divine walk up out of Riverdale. Watched him walk to Tilden Projects. He says he talking to somebody in front of the first building on Tilden on Livonia and Rockaway, the first building that's on the corner, right across from the pizza shop. He's talking to somebody in front of that building. The next thing you know, Father Divine turns around, comes back where me and Shiz was at. Now, I never saw, now let me get it correct. We never saw him actually walk there because it's a daycare center that cuts off the view. But Father Divine wound up coming, and we know he went over there. But his son was serious like that. We know he went. And it was only like 5 or 6 minute walk from my project's Worcester Street to Tilden. We watched him walk up the red and then make the left under the train track to walk up through Tilden. We watched him, we could see him from there. So he comes back like 10 minutes later. Walked back and seen me and my man Shiz was still sitting out there on the stone. They came through, was like, yo, niggas over there said they ain't looking for me. So I'm like, wow, them niggas came through 20 deep. You know what I'm saying? To me and my man was like, yo, who shot my man? In the lobby. He's like, yo, they came to the lobby and was like 20 deep. Like, yo, they want to know who shot their man. And we told them, your man know who shot him. Word. So when Father Divine came back through the projects and shit, he was like, yo, them niggas over there said they wasn't looking for me. Like that. So we like, all right, so we already knew what time it was. Either niggas ain't want no problems with him, or niggas just wasn't ready, or whoever was in front of that building, whoever he talked to over there, they must have knew Son gun game was serious, and they must ain't want no problems with him. Right, at least not right then and there.
They probably knew Son had them 2 things on him right then and there, and if they'd have said anything crazy, it would have went down right then and there.
It would have went down right then and there. Father Divine kept his hands in his pocket and chewed that gum fast and walk fast. Skinny nigga, chew his gum fast and walk fast. And like, you ain't got, but you looking at him and then he say what? And then you be like, what? That's it. He clapping you right there. Right, ain't too much. What? Fuck is you? Fuck is you looking at? Fuck is you looking at? Fuck is, ain't too many times of that. After the first term, what? Bam! That's it. I seen him, right, if I seen him clap 2 niggas at 2 different occasions, 2 parties I was at. And me being a young nigga, like I said, man, Father Divine was like in his 20s. I was like 16, 17, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like when I seen him coming, or if I've been to a house party and seen him at the door, it's like, yo, and I was young back then, like my heart skipped a beat. I'm like, yo, this nigga get ready to clap the shit out of somebody. I already know what's gonna happen. So I used to be kind of shook when I seen him, you know what I'm saying? Even though he knew who I was, because every time he started coming through my projects, he seen me with Shamit, you know what I mean? So when he started seeing us, like at parties and shit, he was, yo, what's up? And we be like, yo, what's up? So after a while, I got a little comfortable being around him and running into him in certain places and different parties and shit. I already knew he knew who I was, and he knew who I fuck with my man was. So he, you know what I mean? He wasn't looking at me as a threat, because he had so much shit going on. That's why he had to be on go. Like, he just had so much drama, you know what I'm saying? So he had to just be on go, on impulse. Ain't got time to be like, yo, who the fuck is you? Oh, yo, that's my man. And nah, you cool. Nah, after that first what? You was shot. So when I moved down south, and I came back to NY, to Brownsville, to visit, and I was asking my man, like, yo, what up? Yo, what happened to Father Divine? My man was like, yo, son, niggas from 2 projects locked them up. This is what I heard, you know what I mean? Just lined him up and had to get him out the way. And they whacked him. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I heard. I don't know how true it is. I heard it took niggas from 2 different projects to catch Father Divine. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, son was a problem. That year, 90, it was either 89 or 90 or 90. I know 91 I had left, so let's say 90. 90, that whole summer, 90, that whole year, son was a problem in Brownsville. Yo, that was a crazy fucking night, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I seen Father Divine at the door, and I knew them Tilda niggas, because them niggas used to be on some rowdies, on some rah-rah shit. Like, them niggas, you know, I ain't gonna take nothing from them. Them niggas used to be deep. And them niggas used to be deep, you know what I mean, with the hands and whatever. Then when the gunplay came, niggas started, you know what I mean, their gun game was up. So, we was just getting our gun game up. You know what I mean? We have our little problems with them and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We was getting our little gun game up, but I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't at the door. I don't know who let them till the niggas in when we was just having little issues with them. I don't know who let them in, but they came in the party, and they was in the party, and, you know, shit was supposed to be cool or whatever, But when Father Divine came to that door, and I'm standing by that window, and I look across the living room to see who was at the door, I already knew it was going to be a problem. I already knew it was going to be a problem. Like I said, man, it wasn't 30 seconds, yo. As soon as my man shot me.
Why them niggas was beefing, though?
They wasn't beefing. This shit just happened off impulse. Father Divine came in the party, and I guess you know how you come in the party and you want to make your way around, or you look around, or if your gun game's up and you clap niggas, you want to see who's in that party. It could be somebody people's you clapped. So, he probably, Father Divine came in, it probably was on some, he looking around to see who's in the party, who's who. Because he had mad beef with niggas. So as he looking in the party, he must have made eye contact with the nigga that I bumped into by accident. And the nigga must have said, what? Or the what? You know what I'm saying? And Father Divine clapped him right there. Word, right in front of me. Then he yelled out, yo, turn them fucking lights on. The lights came on.
You said he made niggas lay down in the party?
All of us got down. All of us. Everybody in the party got down. Because he was waving the gun in the party. He wanted the lights on so he could see. Just in case somebody in the party, somebody pulled out. But nobody pulled out in the party. The shots went off at downstairs when everybody finally ran out the party. We all running out the party to run downstairs to the lobby. Crazy, it was just crazy shots going the fuck off. Crazy shots going off. So that's how I know some of the niggas that was in there from Tilden, they was gripped up too. But being that Father Divine backed out first in the party after he hit old boy, I guess ain't none of them niggas wanted to take that chance trying to reach on him. So all the shooting went on downstairs outside the building. Word. Father Divine, he was cool with my man. So I was on the end if my man wasn't around and he came through there and he seen me outside, he seen my man Shiz outside, it was always on some what up shit. Yo, what up? What's Shy at? Yo, what up? Yo, what's Shy? Shy been through here today? Nah, son, we talked to him earlier, yo. He said he'll be out here too late. Yo, tell him I came through. And he'll be on his way, walking fast, with his hands in both pockets. Word. Son was an official shooter. I ain't never met a shooter like that from Brownsville in my life. I never met a shooter like him before. Never met a shooter like him before, ever in my life. I was seeing his work when I was young. 16, maybe 17, around that, in that bracket. Seeing the nigga get told no at the door because you can't search him and he know he got his guns on him and you tell him no and he clapped you right there at the door on impulse. Just because you told him just because you told him you had to search him before he came to the party. Oh, I can't come in? Blah. That quick. One look at him, looking at him with what? What? Blah. That's it. It wasn't too much talking with him. Word. Son was a beast, man. That year 90, you can ask anybody in Brownsville. Son was a beast with that gun. I don't know where that dude came from. When I was growing up as a kid, I know everybody in Brown, like everybody, all the shooters, all the niggas that bidded, everybody. I never heard of this dude. So like you said, when I started coming off the porch and coming outside, hanging in Riverdale, getting my first gun and all of this shit, that's when I met him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the whole fucking Brownsville. Like, when you say that name, Peter Pan, anybody in the comment, anybody that know me, they know I was around for all of that. I grew up in Brownsville. I started in 308, right across from Langston Hughes. My grandmother raised me then, because my mom's is working all the time. I stay with my grandmother Monday through Friday, and then Saturdays and Sundays on the weekend, I go home to Riverdale. So when I started being able to come outside of Riverdale on my own, I strictly stay with my mom's, because I could stay in the house by myself now. So all my upbringing was in Riverdale, and I was just all through Brownsville all my life.
Yeah, bro.
But yeah, man, that's my son. That's my son.
Son made a mistake and blew his motherfucking one of his big toes off with a shotgun back in the days or something like that.
That was with us in Riverdale in the party. He was trying to unjam a shotgun and blew his big toe off.
Yeah. Yeah,
and because we threw mad parties in Riverdale. If you ask anybody in the whole Brownsville who had the littest house parties, because niggas loved that reggae shit in the 90s, the Riverdale was the place to come to. My projects was the place to come to for all of reggae house parties. When you say, yo, niggas is having a party in Riverdale, niggas from miles and miles away was coming to our shit. When you hear Riverdale, back in the 90s, you heard Peter Pan. You heard Iz, Shiz, Solo, Shamik, Loco, Whitey, my man Naughty, Shop On, Half, the other nigga Vaughn, Chingy, the other Puerto Rican nigga that used to play all the Jamaican. He's the only Puerto Rican nigga I know that knew all the Jamaican shit. That's us. Niggas know us. Back in the 90s.
And you said the kid Whitey was Dominican and got deported?
Yeah, the son got sent back he got deported. He sent back to the Dominican Republic.
What, he caught a charge in the town?
Yeah. See, while the his son was just so he just was. It was all of us, but like Whitey was the one that, like, we knew, like, when we started getting our gun game up in Riverdale, son gun games up was too, but son had hands too. Whitey had hands too. He was the one, like, if niggas come doing some bullshit, whatever, son was getting it on with the hand and he was spanking niggas. And son used to walk from Riverdale with his big chains on, the link shits. He used to walk everywhere by himself. Because once his name started getting up, niggas ain't want to play with son no more. All that coming through, jumping them and shit, and all that shit was over with.
What years you talking about?
This is like 89, 90. I met Father Divine and started coming in contact with him in 90. But when we started getting off the porch in like 89 and with all the Shabba Ranks girls, when that's all them songs started coming out. That's when we started coming out, moving around in the streets heavy, and we used to go to the 90s and go to the house parties. We used to call it junglings. That's when the St. Ives was out. We used to put the lemons, St. Ives with lemons. We used to drink all of that shit. We used to walk up the Linden. Over there by the plaza and go buy weed and shit. And walk back to Riverdale. We used to walk back through the plaza and all of that. Say what's up to niggas, you know what I'm saying? Shannon, Claude, and all them niggas from the plaza. Say what's up to them niggas, you know what I mean? And make our way back to Riverdale. But Riverdale, that was my projects, you know what I'm saying? But that shit turned into a hotbed from 90 to like 94, drama. Then we formed RAM. Riverdale and Marcus Garvey. That's when we started clicking with Marcus Garvey, because some of the Marcus Garvey niggas started having beef with the same niggas we had problems with. So we linked up and called ourselves RAM. Riverdale and Marcus Garvey. Yeah. Shit was wild, man. Them years, some like 89 it started. 90 it was lit.
41 is an elementary or junior high school?
41 is elementary school.
All at the whole Riverdale went to 41, right?
Most of the people, but being that I lived in Brownsville projects, and my grandmother on the Sutter side, Sutter and Rockaway side, I was able to go to 284. So when I come out my grandmother's building, I walk right behind her building and go up the steps to the school.
Oh, you went to 284?
Yeah, from first grade to sixth grade, 284. And then when I got an age, I could stay in the house by myself. That's when I moved back with my moms in Riverdale. So I had graduated from 284. So now I used to walk from Riverdale to 263, which is Marcus. And I went to Marcus, go to school, Mad Brownsville. And it was a little bit of mixture of everybody in Marcus. Niggas from Tapscott, niggas from Marcus Garvey, niggas from Brownsville Project, niggas from Tilden Projects, niggas from LA. So, you know, Marcus was the junior high school that was lit. Niggas from Howard Projects, Nick Ayel and all of them, you know what I'm saying? I was hanging out with them, you know, cool with them niggas. Word.
Yeah, bro, Marcus was out of control. It's a million Marcus stories that's waiting to be told, as well as redirection stories.